Hi peeps, today I'm actually going to try and get over my fear of doing voiceover for these videos, and I shit you not, I've just lit a scented candle to calm myself the hell down. So I wanted to talk about what this project actually is because I don't really think that people have looked at the description in the last video. So the Hand Medal Project is an international initiative where jewellers are making these medals for healthcare workers. I'm still going to put links in the description to the project's website and Instagram in case you want to see more about it. And the Instagram is actually really cool because if you go to their stories, you can see loads and loads of different jewellers working on it, and the diversity is really cool. We all started off from the same template so that it would be accessible for a range of different skill levels within the industry. So there's from students to people who've been around for years and years, and everyone is accessible to the recipients of the medals via the numbers stamped on them. Now you can just relax and watch me saw for a little while because you're not in my workshop and you can't hear the horrendous noise that it makes. This is sped up times 6, so it kind of gives you an impression of how long this actually takes. And I probably should have shown this at the beginning of when I was sawing the ribbon holes, but this is how you actually thread the saw blade through the hole and make it possible for you to saw it out without sawing through the entire piece. And I'm pinging it to check the tension of the blade there. Here we see all our fallen friends, the 13 saw blades that I went through in the process of sewing the outlines and the ribbon holes of all these hands. And now you get quite a while of watching me peel this sticky plastic off of all the individual hands. Now I could have done this at the start in one big sheet, but it actually helps to protect the surface while you're sewing so that you don't get marks on it, because the less marks you get on the surface, the less marks you have to get off when you're doing my absolute favourite part of my job, which is filing and sanding. That's sarcasm, by the way. I hate filing and sanding. It is my nemesis. And we'll see that later in this video. And here we go, my favourite. So I'm actually using 3 different escapement files while I'm doing this. And I only recorded me doing one of the hands because it's such a time-consuming process that even sped up 6 times, I feel like you would all be super bored watching it. I know I get super bored doing it. Plus, you'll see in a wee while I use a tiny little file. And filming while using that tiny fragile file was actually getting really stressful for me. So now I'm using the half round side of the file to get rid of the burr that's along the outside to make it all nice and smooth. And every now and again you can just see me stopping and looking at this hand like it's quite weird to watch back for me, because it's like me just being really pernickety and perfectionist about it, but you know, like 99% of jewellery is quality control, but there's that little escapement file that I was talking about. So this is so fragile and I'm trying to get into that tiny little gap, but yet more of me looking at it and being like, no, that's not quite right. There's a wee bit there that no one will ever see. So yeah, most jewellers are like this. Most jewellers that I've ever seen. And there's me comparing the filed one to one that hasn't been touched. It's not immediately visible in this video, but if I took a high-res photo, you would be able to definitely see how spiky the edges come out after sewing. So thanks for watching. There's probably going to be one other part of this where I do the stamping and add the ribbons. But if you want to see that, then please subscribe. I'll be very happy. Thank you.